Always tells me I was a little boy. Everyone loved me. No one loved me. So long.
Welcome to my 73rd episode of Breaths with Friends.
Awesome.
And I spent most of the time coming back here from running around errands, and I was gonna practicing how to pronounce your actual name, but you want me to call you Dee Dee, right?
Call me Dee Dee, but do you want to take a wild stab at it?
Dee Hopkins?
No, not even.
Oh.
The O is pronounced like a long A, and the I is silent. So that makes the correct pronunciation Diasha.
Diasha. Okay.
Yeah, but Dee Dee is perfectly great. I love that name as well.
Well, apparently none of your other friends know how to pronounce your name. I went around I kind of did a little research, and I got Dewisha, but
Wrong.
So now we know why we call you Dee Dee.
Well, that's a good portion of it, but that's a whole other long story that we won't even get into today.
Well, we've got an hour.
Okay.
So let's just jump right in. I know you, Dee Dee Hopkins from Venice Beach, California.
Yes.
And you are a chef and an activist.
Yep.
We've known each other for a while, long time now.
Yeah.
But this will probably be our longest conversation we've ever had.
I believe we probably had some decently long conversations, maybe at the wee hours of the morning or in the craziness of a party or something. But I think as far as something so intimate and one-on-one, this would definitely be within that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's it's so funny because I was used to doing these like 3 times a week, and now that everyone's kind of coming back together and the COVID is over, may I dare I say, I'm doing them like once a month at this point, or like I got more anyways, so I'm a little rusty.
Sure.
So let's start, like, where did you grow up and what are your passions? And it's like a past, present, and future sort of situation. So give us a little background on you and how you came into being an activist and chef, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so it's very interesting because today is actually the 13th anniversary of my mom's passing. She's my grandmother. She raised from a baby. Her name was Gertrude Hopkins. I am born and raised in South Central Los Angeles. Do you see that's my crazy light system for my plants I have back there. Does that look weird?
I love it. Are those weed plants?
No.
Okay.
Those are I'm a house plant connoisseur, so that's what you're taking a look at right now. So I was born in South Central Los Angeles in the mid-70s, raised by a single Black grandmother from Jackson, Mississippi. My mother was the product of a variety of inequalities that kind of happened within the African-American community at that time, including, but not limited to, drugs being put into South Central Los Angeles and to inner city communities as a direct way to continue to keep us down as a group. Grew up again with just a single grandmother in a lower economic community, beautiful community, vibrant, full of life, full of music, full of all of these things, but also full of a lot of violence and drugs. I was raised like a little bit of a nerd, grew up in a very Christian household, didn't go out really at all, just kind of kicked it at home, went to school, went to church. That was my deal. Was a fairly popular person, but also got teased a lot just because of, stereotypes that we had gone through as a community of people. I was never, I was too dark, I was too tall, I spoke differently than everybody else. So that kind of led to a little bit of teasing. Always went to really great schools. That was great. Left and went to college on scholarship when I was 17. That was a horrible choice. I don't believe, I think we look at things differently now. I do not believe that a four-year sort of commitment at that age is really the best thing for a lot of children, because just because you're 17 or 18, you were still a child, right?
Yeah.
And for me, you know, after being a church girl, you know, I was fun. Like I went to a couple of different, you know, school dances and stuff. And even though I was nerd, I was always cool or whatever. But still, going to San Diego State University as a person who's not really used to a lot of these things that were out in the world was probably not the best choice for me. But it kind of made me who I am today. So I went to San Diego for school, subsequently dropped out, like did a whole community college tour, moved to Venice when I was 22, which is honestly right around the time that I met you. Right around that time, like the mid-90s. That's
oh boy.
Right. My first apartment was on the corner of Pacific and Sunset. It was $850 for a 2-bedroom place. And I was 24.
We had it good. We had it really good.
We had it so good. I was at Rick's Tavern. I was roller skating from my house to Rick's and like waiting tables. And I worked at the Starbucks on what street is that? Cross street from where the Chase is now, where it used to be American Apparel. Like right before Ocean. What is that Starbucks? What street is that?
Ocean and Pacific?
No, it's on Main. It's like Main and
where the Chase Bank is now. That's Hill and Ashland.
Thank you. So it was, so it was on the corner of Hill and Main Street. I worked at that Starbucks for like a year.
Wow.
And then just throughout Venice, as you know, became just kind of like a girl about town, fairly well known within the community. I was a stylist back then, actually, is what I was doing. I was doing like all the fashion stuff. And then time moves on. I was dating Jason Washko. I don't know if you remember that guy. I was dating him for a hot minute. If you
remind me where, because I'm good with faces but bad with names.
Jason, he was a construction guy that was like he built like houses and was like a hippie dude. And he was dating Angela that lived on the boardwalk.
White guy.
Yeah, blonde hair, blue eyes. Anyway.
Wait. Thick.
Yeah.
Looked like a Viking.
That's him exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Boy, that was right across from Dudley. That was I was on Dudley.
Oh my God! Yes. Remember when he went
on the side of me? That was crazy. There's Corey back in the day. Curly Corey. He'd be hitting on everything that moved. But do you know who just sent me something? Since we're Stanley Mitchell just sent me some video just literally 10 minutes ago from an art show he videotaped from Sponto's that I was doing.
Oh, Sponto! Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Sponto. And I just saw it for the first time, literally. Like, what? I'm gonna have to put that on this video because I haven't seen this. I actually looked like I had things going on. I was dressed nice. I had hair that was nice. I was talking to my girlfriend at the time, Moksha, and it was a very early. I'm gonna put it in this video. Maybe we can do it, but it'll be hilarious because I've been hounding Stanley Mitchell. You know who he is, that videographer.
Yeah.
I've been hounding him for 20 years because there's no video of those things.
Dude, but it's funny because like it's really great because we were at a time before digital platforms, and it's like if there was any sort of documentation for the stuff that we were doing back in the day, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't anything super crazy.
No, the inmates were running the asylum. We had it perfect.
The inmates were running the asylum. Exactly. That's exactly how it was.
Yeah. And well, I have about 30 hours plus. I've got 30 or 40 because I had a camera, and I've got like 30 or 40 or maybe possibly 50 tapes to still unleash onto the public. I have documented everything. I did interviews with people. I have it all, but I have to get it
transferred or whatever.
Basically transferred, maybe spend a couple $1,000s on that, or just get a camera. But I have so much. There's more to come. But like when we had it, like basically I was living on Dudley starting from 97, maybe 98. Mm-hmm. I started there, and I lived in a house on a walkway street, 56A Dudley, and we would if I wasn't having a party or a fire, which I had a fire most nights in the fire pit, but everybody else was having a fire and a party, and you'd walk down two houses.
So fun.
And you'd wind up, I mean, I had conversations with Harvey Keitel and at this party, and just like random, you know, Catherine Hardwick still lives over there, and
totally
used to rock. But
it was so fun.
She got big, and then I never heard from her again. But,
well, I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I have with a lot of people. Remember Robert Graham? Remember St. Mark's?
Yeah,
St. Mark's was our jam.
Yeah, did you ever go up in the room? The room for the tenants that were, what was that? The hostel.
The hostel.
They had a hostel bar in there.
I remember that bar.
Holy shit! Tell us about that. What do you remember about that?
I remember so many things about the St. Mark's hostel, as well as the Cadillac Hotel. The Cadillac was our spot too. There were so many scenes. I mean, there was the Circle Bar. There was the Townhouse. There was St. Mark's. There was Rick's on Main. There was the Boardwalk. Oh my God, fucking the Fig Tree. I mean, there were just so many things. James Beach back in the day. The Canal Club back in the day. What was the one that
Waterfront.
The waterfront, yeah.
That was a key element.
It was a key element. I mean, I really miss those days.
Throwing lemons. Did you ever? We would throw lemons at the trash can. Then they had to make a sign because everyone was throwing trash. You know, the lemons to hit the trash can.
What?
And they finally had to make signs and put on the table. Please, it was like with a graphic saying, "Please don't throw the lemons."
No, this I do not remember. I mean, but honestly, there's a few things I don't remember from that time. But yeah, Venice was beautiful to me. I moved to I had maybe 6 apartments and houses there from 1995, 4, 5, 6 to 2017. And my last apartment in 2017 was at 25 Westminster.
Yeah.
I was in that apartment for 7 years. And it was great. And then from the time that we've known each other, I've gone from being like a coffee chick, like a barista. Then I did styling for many years, like costume design. I was a local 705 costumer, so that was great. And then I moved to Hawaii for a little bit.
Wait, real quick, can I ask you a quick question about costuming? What was your area of expertise?
I mean, I do everything well, but I'm really good at period stuff. Particularly particularly anything from between 1930s to the early 80s, because I'm particularly a connoisseur of 1970s fashion. Soul Train era, the golden age of film. That's my shit. So I mean, it's collars. Yeah, big collars, tight high-waisted pants. I mean, it's the way that I dress now. It's like Marc Jacobs last summer.
Did you see Licorice Pizza?
I've not seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it though. I feel that it's going to be very reminiscent of a lot of things that I'm probably going to.
It's not a perfect movie by any means. It seems like they kind of fucked up in various spots.
Yeah.
But there are some really it sort of made me feel a little bit like I was there.
Oh.
I mean, like a little bit oh shit, because I was born in 69. Actually, my birthday is tomorrow, 4/20/69. I got the best birthday.
Fuck yeah.
So but fashion and design. Okay, so continue about what were you about to say? I'm sorry.
Well, just I loved Venice, but we saw the changes that went through Venice. One of the main things I've always loved about that town is the diversity of it. Black folks, white folks, Latino folks, Asian folks, rich, young, old, houseless, millionaires, directors. It was everything and everybody, and we all straight kicked it. We straight kicked it, like skaters and all these different people. And that's just how it was. You remember this, Equator Books on Abbott Kinney, period on Abbott Kinney. It was a really magical time, right? And then slowly but surely, and here's the thing that I think that took down Venice, was that stupid fucking GQ article that rated Abbott Kinney as the hippest block in America. That, as soon as that happened, dude, we just went downhill from there. Stupid Salt and Straw opened up. They started, they started shutting down all of our cool spots. Lemonade opened up. Then God forbid, then Google comes in. Fuck those guys. I mean, actually, no, I take that back. Google is a really great resource And while I do believe that they are inherently the devil, you know, there's some great things to be said for them and for the era and age of information that they've been able to kind of usher us into. But you know who can fucking suck it? Snapchat. Mm-hmm. Snapchat gets all the fucking suckers that ever were. Horrible people brought our town down, ushered in this era of money and ridiculousness and gentrification that we've never been able to recover from, ever. Right? It's unfortunate. So for me, during that last like 5-10 years in Venice, I shifted my my kind of my things from fashion to food. I was working at a lot of different production companies and working in their client services division, which is basically a high-end personal concierge. So I was making all these beautiful appetizers, making sure everybody was happy, doing all these things. And then once I was kind of forcibly put out, I priced out of my apartment in Venice, I made a decision to go to culinary school. So I got into a culinary school in Venice called the St. Joseph's Culinary Training Program. It was a 4-month intensive, highly competitive training program that was free of charge. I was in that program for 4 months. Graduated.
What were they specializing in food-wise?
It was classical French.
Okay.
Yeah. So you learned your mother sauces, you learn how to make basic things. I mean, a lot of things I already knew, but for me, giving me that mother sauce information, really teaching me really how to perfect my cuts, put me ahead of the game. And from that, I really started getting a lot of opportunities to sous chef for some really great chefs throughout Los Angeles, going on different retreats, leading things myself. And once I decided to leave Venice in 2019, I was like, where am I going to go?
Yeah.
I was like, well, New York is way too expensive and it's cold. Don't like cold. And then I come here, but whatever. So I'm like, I'm not going to New York. It's too cold, too expensive. San Francisco, nah, no thank you. San Diego, been there, done that. Too many white people. And again, look where I come. And then Joshua Tree, it's fine. I'd done a stint there too. Just wanted to do something different. And I knew Portland had a reputation for 2 things specifically: keeping it weird and good food. I was like, sold. I'm going to Portland. So I sold all my stuff, except for a few things that I kept in storage. And I got a one-way train ticket to Portland with 4 suitcases, my roller skates, my computer, my bike, and my camera. And I've been here ever since. And once I got here, I had a restaurant. I met up with a gentleman who was looking to open up his dream restaurant. And we did that. It was called Rosie's Lounge. Beautiful American bistro food, in a really beautiful atmosphere. And they brought me in as the kitchen manager and one of the chefs. I ended up being the executive chef and really kind of getting to flex my muscles and my creativity with this restaurant. And then once they shut down, rest in peace, Rosie's, because of, it was really sad. Because of COVID, we were only open for 6 months.
And then COVID hit.
Yeah, actually, I take that back. I take that back. We were prepping and getting everything together and doing like menu development and tastings and opening parties for like 3 months, and then we were only open. For 2 months, and we were open for 4 months. And so we shut down. It's crazy. And then after that, I was trying to find something to do. I was living in my basement, just acting a fool, and like.
What time of year was it?
It was winter? It was like spring. Yeah. So it was, because I got here in October and everything shut down in April. So it was in April. And I was just like not happy, but I started gardening pretty hardcore. So that was great. That's where my whole gardening thing started. And then I found the mutual aid community here. Portland is a lot of things, but they care about their people. They really do. More than any other place that I've ever been. Like they care about their community as a whole. The mutual aid game here is fire. So I got involved in that. Worked with an organization for a little bit called Feed the Mass. That while I do not care for the executive director as a person, I think he's a horrible individual. I do believe in the mission of the organization. I'm grateful and blessed to be able to kind of like get my foot in the door with mutual aid within that organization. But when my tenure with them ended, I was approached by a young lady named AJ McCrary, who coincidentally enough is running for city council, seat number 2 here in Portland. vote on May 17th. And yeah, she's great. And she brought me into the organization that I'm with now. It is a Black femme-led nonprofit called Equitable Giving Circle that was started during pandemic in order to help alleviate some of the food inequalities that happen within this town. Oftentimes, those who are marginalized do not have the access to healthy food, particularly fruits and vegetables. And so this organization provides free of charge fresh produce, beautiful organic proteins, shelf-stable items, everything. And I get to run that program, curate that program. And it's a really great organization. I'm paid a living wage to do something that I love for people that I love. It's fantastic. Thank you.
That's awesome. So how long have you lived in Portland now for?
October. 2 years, 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Okay. That's why, like, when I found out that you're in Portland, I was like, because I kept on seeing your pictures on Facebook of like you in Portland. I was like, I thought you were just going over there for like, it seemed like you were visiting or doing something, a gig over there.
Oh no, I live.
And then you stayed, and I was like, wait, she's over in fucking Portland. So, so how does it, like, do you know about, were you watching, like, there's a filmmaker there that does she went live a couple times during the riots. Her name is Shane Byrne or something like that. Do you know of a documentary filmmaker over there, Shane Byrne? Mm-hmm. She went live, videotaping live podcast during the riots in Portland. Protests, not riots. Riots. I'm sorry. Of course, protests. But like when the shit went sideways.
For sure.
Yeah, they're peaceful. But anyways, it's been a crazy like 5 years so far.
Crazy since I've been here. There's been nothing normal. I get here, there's the protests, there's the feds that are here kidnapping people off the street. There's the Proud Boys just walking the fuck around like they like, because you can just do that here. You can just be a white supremacist. You can just be a white supremacist and just do cruise around, talk shit to people, do what the fuck you want. It's crazy. If they were in LA, you'd get the multicultural beatdown of the decade. We would not stand for that. But here, it's very like, it's very sweet and liberal and kind, and I don't friggin' know. But yeah, so there was that. Then there were the fires. Then there was the snowstorm. Then there was like the heat wave. Like, it's just been wild. So much stuff. Yeah.
Have you gotten a chance to go out like on the outer sides of it, like where they have like waterfalls and hiking like mountains, and have you checked out the terrain at all?
I have a very good friend named Dave Clay, who makes it kind of like one of his missions to make sure that I get out a little more. So, yeah, he picks me up, and then I like hiking. I do have asthma, so I have found that it's been a little, it's a little hard for me to kind of traverse certain terrains or whatever. But yeah, and I've gone foraging, so that was really fun. So yeah, I've definitely done some fun things to like see the nature and the beauty that is Oregon, because Oregon is beautiful. And even when we're just driving to get said spots, the trees, like it's wild. I drove to the coast a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
that was a beautiful experience.
There's a waterfall that's past. I need to get it. I'll try to find the information, but like there's a waterfall that you have to hike to.
Yeah,
that's got a bridge as well. I went with Barbara there. Barbara Lonsdale.
Yeah, I was about to say, for sure.
Yeah, Babs, and she came and visited me. We went to this crazy like steel one. It's a steel bridge in a mountain forest, and the waterfall's right there. Mm-hmm. It's pretty epic. But there's a whole coastline. It's fucking amazing. Also, you gotta check out Silver Falls. I shouldn't even say it because more people know about it, but Silver Falls in Silverton, that's 7 waterfalls. It's insane.
Really?
Beautiful. You can walk behind the waterfalls.
Oh, and then like look through I want to do that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of getting out there a little bit more and seeing what this beautiful place has to offer. But I'm so busy, but.
Well, it's also like you're working so hard right now, but like the summer's coming, and maybe there might be a moment that you like, okay, well, because with this place, when this place is in summertime, it's in full bloom, are just like pounded in this great weather, it's like really epic. The trees, you get to see how massive everything around you really is.
Well, it's not just that, but like I've been here a couple of times when it's been like beautiful weather, and this town gets down. You can tell that it's like shitty weather most of the time.
Yeah,
it's like it'll be 65 degrees or whatever. It was just super cold to me. Everybody's just like, yeah, and like freaking out and just having so much fun. It's really cute. Getting tattooed, going to the brewery.
Yeah, like you can tell if it's been a long season. Like you ran into a friend they haven't seen since last year, and they have like 4 or 5 more tattoos. You know, oh, what have you been doing? Well, not much, just tattooing, getting tattooed.
Yeah,
my friend was gonna send his cousin off to Portland, and he was like a 17-year-old kid. I said, "Oh, yeah, that kid's gonna have tattoos on him. Like his body's gonna be covered in a year."
Oh, definitely. I feel like I've it's like, you know, if you go to a certain place and you don't do a certain thing, you know that thing is not for you, right? So I've been in Portland almost 2.5 years. Well, a little over 2.5 years, and I don't have a single tattoo on my body, so I feel that I'm good. I feel like
strong.
I'm going to. I don't. There's something I'm going on my body.
I have a couple tattoos, but yeah, you get it.
But people here, they do go a little bit in. I'm like, really? Did you need that? Really? But you know.
Well, they're starting to tattoo. There's this really cool tattooing person that's doing some dots on people's heads, like in like a pattern and stuff like that. Kind of very, very, very galactic.
Very, very.
Very looking. We're turning it to our avatars.
There's definitely a lot of that going on. However, those are interesting. But I do know that here that within indigenous culture, there is a lot of facial recognition tattoos, particularly on women, that are going across the bottom of the face, and it's really pretty.
Yeah.
Definitely not for me, but it shouldn't be for me because it actually is not for me. So fucking who cares? And that's beautiful on them.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's super cool. Yeah, I like it on them for sure.
Yeah. So, can you tell us about a little bit more? Go into detail about like how you get the vegetables and the people to contribute. How do you get the food to give away to people, and how do you find the people to give them to?
Yeah. So we have a couple different ways that we operate. We are what is called a 501c3. So we are a bona fide nonprofit. Being as such, we apply for a variety of different grants that are offered to us throughout the city from different organizations. There's different city sort of aspects. I've written a couple of grants myself. So with that grant money, that can range from, I mean, the ones that I've gotten have been like between like my personal ones that I've written for I've gotten between $1,500 and $10,000. My executive director, again, AJ McCreary, who again is running for city council, seat number 2, May 17th. She is I'm gonna pump her all day, every day.
I'll put a graphic. I'll put all the date, the name, and I'll cheerlead for you.
Oh, she would love that.
Okay.
And so she is a kind of a grant guru, even though she might not want to be known as that. She's very good. That's what she does. I'm good at food. I'm good at procuring donations. She's good at getting the money. So the money that we receive, we buy from BIPOC farms throughout the region. We provide beautiful CSA box. Actually, I have a box right here. Can I put you want to do a little something? I'll be right back, okay? I'll show you exactly who we buy from.
We'll put that video of my art show up from Stanley Mitchell, and we'll come back to you.
Wonderful. I'll be right back.
All right. Perfect. So this is a video that Stanley sent me.
Looking down for all of them.
prize winner. Okay. So we have a total of 3 winners here tonight. This is the first place. This is like the third place. The second place is going to be able to pick any one of those 8 on the wall above the door. And this right here is the first place winner. I usually kind of choose like an unusual painting to sort of go for the first place prize. This is the first painting I've ever done that's been like this. I've never done a painting like this, and it was kind of, it'll obviously need to be sort of
it's a tricky one to frame, and we have a 3D framer, which we highly recommend that can help with that.
We have framers that can help you with this. So now we're going to
Okay, I just picked the first one.
Okay, who's it?
This is 8, 6, 4, 1, 3, 0, 9. 309.
Whose name is on the back?
I think you just.
309. And we're back.
And we're back. Hi, guys. So we deliver through contactless delivery to over 300 families a week, right? And we buy these particular CSA boxes, which stands for Community Supported Agriculture. We buy from one farm during this particular season, which is the Pablo Munez farm.
Nice.
These boxes roughly weigh between 15 and 20 pounds. Now, again, each of our families receives free of charge one of these boxes on their porch. We have a system we call Use Routipic, where our volunteer drivers and our one big paid driver, they drop these boxes off, they knock on the door, they leave. You ask how our families are able to get involved. We have an application that's on our website, but unlike a variety of other sources and people who give free food.
What's the name of that website?
Our website is www.equitablegivingcircle.org. And you can look under farms, donate, volunteer, our press, everything is on there. It's a beautiful, beautiful, well done site.
Nice.
And these boxes are glorious.
Wow.
This is one farm. So I'm just gonna show you how the box comes.
Whoa.
Beautiful. So I'm gonna pull a couple of things out and just show you guys what are in these boxes. Obviously, it's all seasonal. But yeah, look at these beautiful leeks.
Nice.
All right. So we got those guys. Got some beautiful curly kale.
Wow.
Yeah. And these are things that oftentimes our families don't have access to because you might be able to find, this is my tagline, I say it all the time because it's true. You'll be able to find a liquor store, a fast food spot, a combination donut Chinese food thing, which by the way, I love Chinese food donut spots.
Yeah.
I also know that there are other things. Oftentimes people do not. So, look at this lettuce.
Oh my God, it's fresh. Did you just get that today?
These came today, yeah, and they came today and they get dropped today. So I'm able to bring one home because I also do recipe development to show our families how to use some of the things that they get. Look at these carrots. Like,
oh, that's crazy.
Beautiful. Oh, here, a couple more things. Like the lettuce game is ridiculous.
It's insane. Yeah. That's a these look like photoshopped.
They're so pretty. So again, we would provide these to our families once a week. I also do meat week, where once a month I either purchase from black butchers, the biggest one being Cason's on the corner of Alberta and MLK. Mr. Theodis Cason, he's an amazing butcher here in the city who's been an integral part of people's growing up with the products that he's been able to give people, beautiful, fresh, organic meats. So we use our grant money to buy from these farmers, to buy from these butchers. Also, a big part of my job is to get in-kind donations. So I reach out to large organizations, some smaller ones too, to see what the capacity is that they have to give, to try to receive donations on the regular to put into grocery bags that we also give to our families as well. So some of my biggest people that I get stuff from are Tofurkey, Bob's Red Mill, Portlandia Foods. I was with Dave's Killer Bread, but I just dropped them and we don't have to talk about why. Aardvark's hot sauce. Like there's so many different different people that I work with on the regular who get, I said Tofurky. Tillamook. Tillamook is one of my big, Tillamook is great.
Have you been to the factory?
I haven't been there. Everybody's asking me that. I want to go.
Go Tillamook.
I know.
We don't have Disneyland, we have Tillamook.
That's how it is, huh?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be making my way there sooner than later. See if I can get maybe like some VIP stuff and they can take me in like the upper fucking thing so I can just kind of check things out.
It's a little Willy Wonky, you know. It's like got like
I like it.
but it's all white and conveyor belts, and they're like got the different types of cheese that they make. They sell it, of course.
Yeah.
But like they have these cheese curds.
Yes.
And those are like candy. I mean, I haven't been through there in a million years, but I mean, I could just, you just eat them and they're like, oh, it's like yeah.
That's great. So yeah, I work with those organizations and they're all really great. I just got a grant from Tillamook for $5,000.
Nice.
So yeah, and we just got something from another organization. Yeah, so we have a whole system of procuring funds to make this program move, and it's not cheap, but we're doing it. And our name is getting out there, and it's we're doing pretty well, and I feel good about the work that we're doing, and I know that we're making an impact in people's lives every day. It is fantastic.
Can you give us a story about like an example of like hearing from one of the people that you've been helping, or one of the families that you've been helping?
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's a variety of things that I've received. We also do every Thursday we have a walk-in pantry where our families that we serve are people who've applied for the program. And I forgot to point this part out. We don't ask for any sort of verification, ID, nothing. You can say your name is Donald Duck and you have 4 kids and you need this amount of food. Yeah. So we're like, all right, Donald Duck, that's cool. We'll drop this food off to you, and that's what we do. So we don't ask for anything, like no verification of anything. If you are a person who is undocumented, or for whatever reason just doesn't really want your identity out there, that's cool. If you're a person who identifies as being BIPOC and you say that you need it, then we give you that help, and it's great. So in addition to that program, every Thursday, I've been so grateful to curate, along with my volunteer team and my amazing staff, co-workers and staff, an amazing walk-up pantry that we do every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., where anybody who, again, identifies as BIPOC is able to come in off the street and do their whole shopping.
Okay, you're gonna kill me for a second, but what's BIPOC mean?
Interesting question, because honestly, it is a term that I had never heard until I moved here 2 years ago.
Okay, I thought maybe when you said it the second time, I'd understand what it was. But now I still don't. So what's the definition of BIPOC? Or did you tell me already?
BIPOC, all in capital letters, BIPOC means Black, Indigenous, people of color. So basically, it's any non-colonized person. Basically, any black or
that makes now it all makes sense. Right? I was like, okay.
Exactly. Okay, because again, these people sadly do not have the access and the resources that a lot of other communities have, even if they're in the same financial situation. If your skin's a little bit darker, you're not going to really have the access to a lot of things as somebody who is also in the same category as you and financially, but who is of European descent. You're just not going to get the same opportunities as them.
Okay, this is going to be a weird question. It might not be that weird question. So do you believe that there's white privilege?
Absolutely. Of course. Yes, absolutely. I believe it's a thing. It's absolutely a thing. It comes. White privilege is not being judged or receiving less of something because of your skin tone. That's what white privilege is. And that, again, is why even within people who are suffering from the same economic sort of things going on, that there are things that this person has access to, this person does not have access to. And that's just the fact of the matter. Now, while I would never deny anyone anything, and everybody who knows me knows that about me. I will help you find a way to get it is what you need. My program focuses on helping these marginalized people, and I fully stand behind that 100%. Yeah, that's that.
It's a beautiful idea.
It's a great idea.
And probably a very, very long time coming.
It is a long time coming. And what I found to be interesting is that the only people that get upset about that are people who don't even need it. Don't even need it.
That's an older lineage of like. I remember like I was renting a garage from this chick who was like, I forget her name. She passed away now, but she is all. Anyways, I did a job for her or something. I did a mural on the side of the building. Anyways, she just always like had a grunt like because I think I owed her like $100 or something. I was like almost living on my car at that point.
Yeah.
And she's all like, was it oh, free handouts. And I was like, what? And I was getting trolled by this old lady. I was like, I'm just an artist trying to sell these paintings. Walks by me and, over my shoulder, handouts, government handout, because I think that was a thing that was happening at the time. And she didn't like people having those handouts.
Oh my God.
I thought they were like,
hello. I'm like, listen, lady.
That's also different generations as well. Like, that's like she grew up in the 40s and 50s.
And you would think growing up in the 40s and 50s during the Depression, all they did was give you handouts. That's all you got was handouts. And you hoarded shit with those handouts. So what are you talking about? Like, I
know, it's weird.
Doesn't make any sense at all. So an example of people really being grateful for the work that we do. I have had so many people come in because they come into the pantry and it's all like set up really pretty. A lot of our volunteers and our allies are people who are just coming to kind of help us out. Oftentimes they are not of BIPOC descent, but they are here to help to do the work. So we've got those people working the doors, working to serve this community. I got music playing, like we've got the food and stuff out. Like it's a whole thing. Everything's set up really pretty. You know me, I like pretty shit.
Yeah. You like the disco.
I like the disco and I like nice, pretty things. So it's all like set up really beautiful. And people come in and they are just like, it's so touching. They're like, I just want to tell you how grateful I am that you all are doing this. The vibe that is here, it's so loving, it's so caring. There's somebody looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
One of the mainstays of our program is that we make sure that everything that we have is above board. There is nothing, not a single thing that is past date, even though we know this. I'll eat some past date food all day long. I will give it to myself and know that it's good. And we know that it's good. And there's a whole food waste thing. We can talk about this later too. But we want to make sure that our families feel as though they're receiving nice items, not like the last or somebody's throwaway stuff.
Yeah.
So everything that we give is above date.
It also gives them self-respect as well. Like it's like someone's like, this is how I should be eating all the time. This is like kind of changing their focus,
Absolutely. I've had people say that just the love and dignity they feel for themselves as a result of what we are able to do for them is life-changing. People have been telling me that their like diabetes numbers have decreased, that their blood pressure is down, that they have visibly seen the health repercussions of eating the type of foods that we are providing for them, giving them the opportunities to eat the way that they're eating. And yeah, it has been so great. I get letters all the time, people being just so sweet and grateful for the things that we've been able to do for them. Yeah. I've had quite a few families be like, look, we appreciate you guys. You guys have made a change in our lives, but you know what? I got a job, or my hours have been increased, or things are in they're in a different place. We no longer need the box, pass the box on to the next family on the list. Mm-hmm. What is that? I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah.
It's like you're doing God's work there. You guys are, and it seems like it's really early though, too. It's blowing up. It sounds like it's like really catching fire a lot.
Yeah. I mean, what I'd like for this to be, and I know that I can pretty much speak for my whole team, my whole leadership team, founders team, all my teams, when I say this, that we would like this to be a model that others can follow across the country and across the world. There's no need for anybody to ever have to do without food. Yeah. There is so much food in this country that goes to waste every day. I go gleaning at New Seasons every Tuesday. Mm-hmm. The stuff that they're throwing away.
Gleaning, is that a term for looking at a trash can for food? Hey, some buddies of mine did the same thing outside of Whole Foods in Venice. Then the meat was like right. It was good. Yeah. I think we actually I had it at a party at. Anyways, it, anyways, I won't say
I
that.
got you. I hear
I
everything.
cooked some of it. They're like, "What are you doing?" I said, "You brought it." I mean, it looked good. It's marinated.
I
It's
get
like if things are marinated and are in that, that's what you're That's marinating. That's
for sure.
unless it's crazy, like, you know.
You people know what they're yes, there are ways to do this. So dumpster diving is one thing. So
Yeah.
dumpster diving is going through dumpsters to get food. Gleaning is sort of that as well. Gleaning can be that, but gleaning is more so going to organizations or facilities that would be throwing this food away and getting it from them directly before it even hits the trash. So I go to New Seasons. Oftentimes other people call me to come and get food that's gonna spoil in a couple of days. I get it to other organizations that cook the food and like distribute out to houses, communities. So that's what gleaning is. Gleaning is getting this food, saving it from the dumpster that is good food that can go to the community in some form or another.
Well, there's a company that's doing that as well right now. Isn't that like Recycled Foods?
And Perfect Produce.
And Perfect Produce. So they're in the same sort of scope of that a little bit?
Kind of, yeah. Like, so I'm sure you've noticed this. You go to the grocery store, you get to Whole Foods at like 6 in the morning. You go to the friggin' vegetable.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to Whole Foods at 6 in the morning.
Well, first of all, you're not doing that. But let's just say you did. Let's just say you got to any grocery store right when they open, right? And you go to the produce aisle. All the produce is all pretty and everything's like uniform sizes and all these different things. It's just perfect. That's a thing. But let's say there's a carrot that comes out and that carrot like wraps around itself or whatever. That carrot's not going to go to the store because that's an imperfect carrot.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
It's stupid. It's so dumb. If anything, I want that carrot more.
Yeah, I want that carrot more. It sounds like a killer.
Look at how cool this carrot is. But whatever. So Imperfect Produce specializes in receiving those sorts of items. And then they sell them at a much, much lower cost than if you were getting them at like a legitimate or a regular grocery store.
Yeah.
They have also donated to me before. So I really love Imperfect Produce here in Portland. They're fantastic. So yeah, that's what that is. And that's the impact that we've been making. And I'm so grateful and looking forward to growing with this company even more and growing this program even more, getting more families involved, getting like a couple of different trucks, just like up and ramping up our service. So we're like no family behind because we have a wait list right now.
Do you like not to give away where you live, but which side are you on, the Pearl Arts District side or the other side?
I'm in Northeast.
Is that the other side?
I'm on the other side. I am in, strangely enough, didn't even do it on purpose. I am in the area that was like the Black neighborhood until about 20 years ago.
Oh.
So here's an interesting story. When I first moved here, because I didn't know where I was, I really had no idea. And people were like, "Oh my God, you're moving to Portland? So many white people and so many this and whatever."
Portland's pretty diverse, actually, don't you think?
It's
I haven't
probably
been there in a while.
It's I'm going to say that it's the most diverse out of Oregon in general. And there's some diversity here, but it's not like you can't even compare it to LA. Can't even compare it. Like,
have you ever been to Amsterdam?
I have not.
That was one of the most diverse places I've ever been to in my entire life. It blew my mind. Like, I would be talking to people from places I've never ever heard of that didn't ever look like anybody I've ever met before.
Yeah.
Like just the skin tone or the eyes apart or I like words places I couldn't pronounce, but they spoke perfect English and they're all in Netherlands and we're all smoking dope and playing in Bundle Park. And it's just like it kind of opens your brain.
Yeah.
Like, and I love opening my brain. Like for diversity is what nature is all about. That's the key ingredient.
Sure.
And without that, you get like, I don't know, you get lots of different things that happen because people aren't used to being around people that don't look like them.
It's weird. It's very strange. So yeah, Portland is not the most diverse place, but it's pretty liberal. It's trying. There are a lot of different people here. I'm blessed and grateful to be kind of ingrained into a lot of the different communities here. So I feel good about it. But, there's definitely, there's some things they need to work on. But that being said, I moved into the neighborhood that used to be the Black neighborhood. And sadly, a lot of people were priced out. A lot of people, there's a whole thing where people sell their grandmother's homes You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like grandmama died, the house in the family. You move someplace else, you don't want to be in that neighborhood anymore. You want to like go do something else, and you sell your grandma's house for $25,000.
Oh,
And now that house is worth a little over $500,000.
yeah.
I see it here all the time.
That's happened. That's all across the board.
It is all across the board. So I own my grandmother's house in Los Angeles, and it's not going nowhere.
Good. Keep
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, they bought it in 1961 for $10,000, and it's quite a bit more than that now. So
That's beautiful. So is that able to help you owning that? Like I'm sure you apparently have renters there or something like that.
you know, interestingly enough,
Is that a good cushion to have?
it's sadly a relative and I, who was raised as a sister with me, she is kind of. I'm here in Portland. She's kind of taken that whole thing over, and I'm just letting her do it.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that nothing can be done without my consent. So yes, it is nice to know that I have that cushion.
Yeah.
If for any reason it needs to be utilized.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I remember the year that everything kind of went to shit. I'm bringing this whole thing full circle.
Yeah.
In Venice was September 1st, 2008. That's when the housing market, remember that month, September 1st, 2008, like that September, like it like literally, it felt like and it has to do with like everybody wanted to sell and the market just plummeted. And so you had all these people, all these older people that owned all these properties in Venice, all the, you know, in various spots. And they were like, okay, we're gonna sell now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the bottom fell out for me in Venice a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the temperature changed.
The temperature change. Yeah, that was a weird time. That was actually the year that I moved to Hawaii.
Okay.
I was in Hawaii for a year.
So you got out of there before that happened.
I got out of there. Yeah, I had some other things going on. Came back in oh wait, I'm lying. I left in 2007. Came back in 2002. I came back in November of 2008.
Yeah, okay.
I was living at home. I was living in my mom's house. So I wasn't even paying rent. But I was coming to Venice every day to visit everybody. And I would like spend the night sometimes or whatever. But yeah, that was when everything really kind of started going to shit. I felt like, like waiter was looking weird, and all the things were opening up on Abbot Kinney. Slave went away on Abbot Kinney.
Yeah.
I think Salt and Straw started moving. It was like that was kind of when everything started going to hell anyway. And sadly, it hasn't returned. It's like when I left my apartment in I left my apartment in 7 years, I was paying $1,200 for a 430 square foot studio, utilities included, hardwood floors, half block from the beach. I haven't even looked. I know that apartment now is like $3,000. You know it is.
Yeah, well,
it's stupid.
I feel like I had the really good deal as well. Like I paid $1,350 for that place on Dudley, which was a house with 2 garages and a front yard.
Dude,
on a walkway street. That was like crazy.
We had it so good. We didn't even know how good we had it.
We're spoiled. We got it good. We wouldn't.
Oh, but you know what? I'm glad that I feel like it's like, we grew up together, basically.
Aww.
It's true. And so I feel really good. I just feel really good about like the fact that we were able to do what we did, and that we're grateful for it, and that we've just been able to make these better lives for ourselves,
Yeah, I mean, I like going to LA, but I don't know if I want to live there anymore, but I want to get out of the country. I'm feeling like a little bit more like I might go to Bulgaria to help a friend shoot a movie in mid-July.
Oh.
But Bulgaria would be a trip to go to. I don't know, I feel like I've been up and down LA and Oregon. I love Oregon and the nature, and I want to go camp. I'm going to go to Tahoe this week.
Yeah.
But like it's like for a week, but it's nice to be, when I find myself when I'm in LA, I like it for a short time, but then I was like, I really like the road and the scenery.
Yeah.
Always like this. I guess if you live there I guess if you live in any place too long, it's gonna seem small.
You know what?
Like,
LA.
you have the tenacity to do it anymore. It's like I did it for fucking. I poured my heart and soul into fucking that place for 30 years, and
Years.
I'm not gonna do it again like that. No, but that's maybe the yeah.
And I feel like, you know what? I kind of feel like, sadly, I feel maybe we both outgrew Venice.
The
Maybe
thing,
we just
Venice Beach didn't land.
Venice
We didn't
down.
land on Venice Beach. Venice Beach landed on us.
And we ran that shit for years.
I think we had a good 10-year clip.
I mean, I felt
Of
like
solid, of solid, no BS. Like children in a play yard.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna up you a little bit and say like a good solid 10 years.
Yeah.
Of straight, just like rock star status, rock star mode, biking everywhere, getting to all the spots for like, you know, like and getting ahead of everybody in line.
You remember Van Gogh's ear?
Huh?
Van Gogh's ear?
Of course I remember Van Gogh's ear. Going there at all hours of the night, that cute little yellow house.
Yeah. That was where like everybody, I saw so many people fucked up and hungry there, and everybody was very nice. But I remember seeing, like, I won't name names, but this one guy that we probably both know, like, he was leaned up against, and this is like 3:30 in the morning. Everybody was there. Like Van Gogh's ears back didn't close. I think it was like a 24-hour place or something.
I was just about to say it didn't close. It was like open all the time from what I remember.
Which was hilarious. Then we just all got through doing ecstasy or mushrooms or, you know, everything else, drunk, plastered. We need fucking food. So we'd all go there. The place wasn't big.
It was tiny. It was a house. You'd be sitting in like a living room with like five little tables and shit. Everybody's like bumping into each other and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was when Corman Studios was still there though too.
Oh,
Corman Studios.
God, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking. Oh my God, the studios. I forgot about that, honestly.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
That was another. Those are good times. Good times. Digital Domain came after that, but yeah, we used to hop the fence. I used to work at Digital Domain when I first got to LA, and I knew I hopped the fence a couple times before they got the big things going, just because I needed to go there, pick up a check or so. I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to hop the fence. Digital Domain, but yeah, they're my first job was cleaning the carpet from what's that vampire movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, Interview with the Vampire?
Vampire, yeah.
My first job was to throw out the carpet that Tom Cruise bled to death on, you know, when it was the animatronic one. So that was my introduction to Hollywood. But so what are your takes on the weather? Because you're got a lot of time in California, you're a California girl.
Yeah.
And now that you're in Oregon, are you have you had or ever had like seasonal depression disorder?
Yes.
Because you're going from like summer 24/7 in LA to this.
Yeah, it's that's a very good question. Thank you for asking that. So there's a couple different ways to look at that. I do not like the weather here. I when it's springtime and when it's summertime, when it's like cracking, it's good. I like it. I can't say that I'm a fan of the weather here. I'm really not. That's the thing I miss the most about LA is the weather and Mexican food.
Yeah.
It's my two things I miss. The seasonal depression has not gotten so bad for me yet. It has a little bit, but honestly, I've been really grateful and lucky that I work so much.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a homebody anyway. So I keep my lights on a lot. I've got my happy lights. I've got like my lights behind me right here. It hasn't affected me so much yet. But I anticipate
those are light bulbs that mimic the light of daylight.
Yeah, I've got happy lights.
Look, I got my happy light too. Look at this is Oregon. This is Oregon talk now. It's like this is my happy light too.
Yeah, totally. I've got my happy lights. And I'm trying to take more vitamin D and trying to really like do all the things I need to do in order to not be depressed. But so far, so good. But I do anticipate it becoming some sort of an issue for me. I'm gonna try to work on that in the coming years.
Well, the summer's around the corner.
Woo!
And do you have any plans to visit LA anytime soon?
I'm actually going to be going to LA next month, just for a little bit, because I'm teaching a class at the Lightning in a Bottle Learning Kitchen.
Nice.
So I'll be doing that, and then I'm also part of like a experiential chick team that's gonna be doing like some fun running around, being cute game show stuff at LIB2. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be working here. I'm gonna be working remotely, so still doing stuff for my job and doing that event as well. But that'll put me in LA for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
I probably won't be back home for an extended period of time until maybe like the week after my birthday or something. I'm gonna maybe go. I don't know. It also depends if I go to Burning Man too.
That was my next question.
I do think I'm going to Burning Man this year. I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's like $800 or something like that.
You know what's funny? Somebody said to me the tickets are like $800. Y'all gotta look into it, because I really wanted to go if I was working. Like I wanted to work build.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I have a free ticket and then I just have the week off. I gotta think about that, because I've been this would be like my 13th or 14th year or something.
In a row?
Huh?
In a row?
It would be my like 13th in a row. Yeah.
Wow, shit.
I didn't go.
Did you go to the last year where it was actually like a real Burning Man?
No.
No, I heard about that one. That was probably the one to go to. It was free.
It depends on how you think. I thought it was a bunch of selfish assholes that couldn't take like a year off from like partying, because whatever. Like why you gotta go to this area where you're fucking up the ecosystem?
Well, some people it's a religion to some people.
And I get that. That's dumb. And you're going into these little towns that are that have like these marginalized communities that you're like bringing your fucking weird shit into, your unvaccinated bullshit, just so you can burn the man. Whatever. It's not that serious. So anyway, that's where I stand on that. But do I want to do another Burning Man this year? I absolutely do. But if it proves to be financially stupid, then I might just go to LA instead.
Oh yeah. That's kind of nice, because LA kind of clears out then too, so you have more room.
Yeah, and
it's always nice to make you feel like you have space.
Yeah, and like a lot of my friends, I've got like two sets of friends. My friends that go to Burning Man and my friends that don't. So even if I go to LA, I'll have my friends that don't go to Burning Man, and we'll just wild out there. So,
did you ever go to Moon Tribe? Were you a Moon Triber?
I went to some of the first Moon Tribes, but I didn't go super frequently. I was a Moon Tribe girl in the beginning, like just like a couple of times. But I was an LIB girl from like the beginning.
Mm.
I was a burner from 2009 until now. Then I've done like Dirty Bird Camp Out. I'm just like the festival chick. I've done like pretty much all the West Coast.
I remember going the last like rave thing that I went to, because I used to go to Moon Tribe all the time, but like it was the Daisy Carnival something.
Actually, Daisy Carnival.
Yeah, and I went there and I was all happy. I hadn't been to like a rave or whatever for like or Burning Man for a while. Yeah. And I'm walking by and with some friends, and these girls are walking past us, and they're like, "Oh my God, who invited my dad?" I was like, and I was going to raves before you're even born,
Like, your dad must be a gangster then, because whatever.
I was like a little bit of my soul. I was like, oh, it's happened. But that was funny. Yeah, it should be interesting to go. I know a lot of friends are going. I mean, it might be. Do you know? I just hate tripping like in the middle of the playa and then a cop rolls up. And the last time I was there, I only went like 4 times, like 4 years in a row or something like that. And and I didn't like. There's like people were getting busted for joints.
Yeah,
which was the least offensive thing happening on the thing.
Really weird.
It made for a weird year. I think it was like 2004 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's happened a couple of times, but I talk to the police when I'm there, and I don't even know why I do that. Like I'll be feeling good about some things within myself, where I'm like, oh hey, what's up? You having fun? And what I've honestly found, and this is really interesting. I've found that while I do not like the police, ACAB forever. I found that at these particular instances or these particular places, those cops, they seem to be anyway the cops who you like probably maybe want to kick it with. They seem like they were cool.
Yeah.
They were, they seemed like they were there to really make sure that like someone wasn't getting raped, that somebody wasn't getting their tent broken into, nobody was being crazy. Like They seem fine. Although you never know.
Yeah.
Knock on metal, that's how it actually is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's actually metal you're supposed to knock on?
No, it's wood, but I'm close to metal right
okay.
now. Like on my computer. Oh, there's wood right here on my window, so I'll just knock on wood.
Oh, whew. That's close. We got through there. So what do you are you besides what you've already talked about? My alarm didn't go off, so I'm only thinking that we probably are at about an hour at this point. But what do you look forward to in this coming 6 months with not just your professional life and being a chef and all this stuff, but like I guess we sort of just covered it. But like, or in 2024, what do you project in a perfect scenario to see how the next few years goes for one DeeDee Hopkins?
I would like to buy a house for my 50th birthday. That's a goal. So I should probably start saving more money and quit shopping so much. So that's something I should probably do. I like to expand things.
You're not a robot. You gotta shop.
You gotta shop. You gotta spend money on shit. I'm like, tomorrow is not promised. I'm gonna buy these shoes today. So that's actually something I just made up. I'm gonna like make that a thing.
Make that a meme.
Tomorrow's not promised. I'm gonna buy these shoes today. But I'm also I need to kind of prepare for the future. So I wanna, again, I wanna like buy a home. Like I wish I could buy this home. It's fucking beautiful, but I don't. I can't. It would be nice to expand within my community, expand my program, expand the scope of what we're doing within my organization. I'm not even quite sure how because we're doing so much. But I just want to.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we do a lot, but we can bigger, better, faster, stronger, right? So I'd like to make that thing. It would be lovely to have some sort of companionship with someone.
Oh yeah. How's the dating scene over in Portland?
Stupid, non-existent.
Hey, it's not easy in LA and Oregon either, or over here. I think
not easy.
I don't know. Well, you're probably like a really empathetic person, and so it probably takes a lot to, you find that like once you stop looking, sometimes like I've been single for like a long time, and even if the last was, and there is a give and take of not. You're focusing on these other things as well. That energy that you probably would be putting into somebody else is you're putting that into that. So it's a transmutation. But yeah, love is always around the corner.
Yeah. I want to up my garden game. I want to travel a little bit more.
What's your garden game like? What you growing in there?
Right now, I'm not growing shit because the weather. I do anticipate having a bed of dahlias, so I want to do some dahlias. And my other 3 beds are probably going to be like lettuces, tomatoes, and then something with like a few more things. I just don't know really what those things are yet. I need for this weather to stop being disgusting.
I know. It's the only time you can have complete sunshine and hail and rain at the same time.
Dude,
it's like, what the fuck?
Fuck. And then the snow came last week and like leveled my geodesic dome in my backyard.
Sorry.
It was wild. So yeah, I just, what? I just want to stay happy. I want us to be happy as a world. It's very naive to say, but I wish that this whole war thing could not be a thing. I wish that there could be, you don't have to like everybody. So there doesn't have to necessarily be peace on earth, goodwill towards men. But I'd like for everybody to at least be able to get along and not like kill each other. And if you don't like somebody, fine, do your thing, let them do their thing. Like, that's it. Let's just live in like a cohesive, copacetic manner. And,
yeah, I don't even know if it's wild with the Ukraine and stuff and the Russia, because we're basically seeing a real-time war, in real time happening, and there's civilians. Those could be any number of us out here. But also at the same thing, the World War III, fucking, card being held around, like fodder or like, but like I don't know I wish Putin would just go away.
Yeah, that
and there's civilian. There's like, anyways, it's happened in Afghanistan and stuff like that. But it's just like, I don't know what I'm There are much wiser men than me that would probably don't even have the answer. I don't know what to fucking do.
None of us
You
have.
can't just watch people perform genocide.
Yeah, it's weird. I just want us to be happy. I want to be happy. I want a little dog. I want like a poodle.
Yeah, let's get back to the puppies. What kind of dog you want?
I want like a really badass mini pin. Like
Okay,
a dog that's like me, little, slender, but like, you know.
Have you ever seen those whippets?
Whippets are. I do like whippets, actually.
Those things are fucking hilarious.
Really.
They look at basically miniature greyhounds.
Yeah.
But they look like they're if they're walking, they look like they're running. It's like they're trying not to contain. They're not trying to like. They're trying to contain. Oh, I could be out of here in 5 seconds. They're like little darts.
I follow a fashion whippet.
Oh wow.
Her name is Tika the Iggy.
Yeah.
And she dresses better than I do. It's a dog. It's great. So yeah.
Is it a Instagram thing?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
For sure. But I gotta go. I got another meeting.
Let's do it. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
It was so nice to catch up.
DeeDee Hopkins, chef, activist. Find her. Remind them real quick on Instagram how they can find you.
So you can find me personally on Instagram at Deasha Baby. That's at DeoshiaBaby. You can find me on Facebook at Deasha Hopkins, Deoshia Hopkins, Hopkins. And you can find out more about my organization, Equitable Giving Circle, at www.equitablegivingcircle.org.
Beautiful. That's the end of the show. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya. Cheers.
See you. Bye.
Yay. That was fun.
Hey.
Okay. That was DeeDee Hopkins. This has been the 73rd episode of Breads with Friends. This artwork is for sale. FYI. Buy this painting. Find me on brettwoods.com. Instagram, brettwoods22. Oh, if you want to send me money, you can always send me money like this way. Just use that QR code. And hopefully that picks up like that. Did you grab it? You send me money? Okay. All right. Well, thanks a bunch. Be safe out there. Cheers. Happy 2022. Yeah.
Always tells me when I was a little boy, everyone loved me. No one loved me. So long.
Fuck you!